this year we've been talking about some awesome things. We've had some awesome artists already come through, and today you're in for another treat. Again, Happy New Year. This year, as you feel a little bit down or you feel weak, I want you to remember the scripture. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. This year is a new beginning. It's a new year, y'all, and it's time for us to make some changes in our life. Today, you're going to be educated, inspired, empowered, because it's life-changing. And I'm your host, Dr. Carlita Perry. You know, I try to keep it fair between the sexes. I try to bring men on and women. Today, I have a remarkable human being, Mr. Jacoby Dubouvier. Jacoby is often referred to as a contemporary Renaissance man because of all that he has already accomplished. So to all the men who have a dream and all their ride or die chicks, I want you to know, I want you to listen up, that dreams still come true, because this man is going to show us that dreams still come true. And you can do those things. Anything that you have that you want to do, man, I want you to listen up as we talk to Mr. Jacoby Dubouvier. Welcome him to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
All right.
We also have another special guest, and I'm going to save her because she is my special surprise. Again, today I just wanted to talk to you. You have done so much already in your lifetime. How long have you worked in the entertainment world?
Well, professionally, getting paid for it, I started my entertainment company in 1998, but I started singing as the lead singer of a childhood band at age 4.
Okay, wonderful. You know, you look like one of those, what do you call them, DeBarge
Yeah,
brothers or
I
something.
just met him a couple of nights ago.
You?
Yeah.
Not related somehow.
People say that, but no, we're not.
People do say that.
Yeah, they
Wow,
think that,
okay.
yeah.
Now, your bio says that you've worked as a model, an actor, playwright. You've produced 8 stage plays. You've worked with Virginia Fashion Week and managed more than 500 models. You've served as a radio and television host. Can I just say, wow?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
It's
You know,
awesome.
and you and I, when we talk, often when I tell people my bio, they're like, "How you haven't done all of that? You look so young." I'm like, don't let the look fool you,
That's
okay?
right.
But thank God that I still look young. Hey, okay? So I'm so proud of you and all that you have accomplished. But with all of your talent, I want you to tell me, what was the drive behind your inspiration? What inspires you to want to do the things that you do?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's passion and recognizing your gifts that God gave you. And I wanted to make a living doing the things that I love.
Okay.
I retired from the insurance business after 15 years of selling insurance. And I made a decent living, but it wasn't my passion. It wasn't my gifts. And I wanted to, I was listening to a lot of motivational tapes. And I guess Tony Robbins is one of my favorite motivational speakers. And I was selling insurance, and I had taken a part-time job, cleaning up buildings, just to pay my BMW car payment, because our boss was the head of that, the insurance company. He had started a business, and he said, listen, well, I got this little part-time gig so you guys can, and he looked at me, he said, you could just take that check and pay your BMW payment. So while I would listen to motivational tapes as I was cleaning the car dealership offices, and Tony Robbins would say, you can do everything, write your goals down. I mean, there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind into it and you set the goals and check them off daily, monthly, yearly. And so I just started writing down everything I wanted to do. Start my own modeling agency, be on television, all da-da-da.
Wonderful.
That's how it started.
That's how it started. See, there, starts with a dream. Write it down, make it plain, okay? Because all things are possible. Okay, so how do you think you've been able to accomplish so much? Because so many men, particularly, they're dreamers. They have these dreams. They want to be entrepreneurs. I know a lot of men who have those dreams, and I know a lot of women who support them, who want to be in the music industry, that want to do these different things. How were you able to accomplish so many things? Well, was it easy? Was it hard?
Well, it wasn't easy, Lord. It's the name of my song, so evidently it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but setting goals is the primary reason for success. I mean, I really think that it kind of helped me to read the biographies of people like Berry Gordy and Motown and Oprah Winfrey. They had already set the recipe up. They set the formula for success. It was like making a cake. I mean, they told me the ingredients just by reading their bios. He went into his neighborhood and got the local talent and developed them. He didn't initially move them to Hollywood. He developed them first and got them ready, and he built them. And then I got the idea of opening my own theater from Oprah having her own own movie theater and her own television show and own all that. So that empowered me. When I read about moguls or people who are leaders in their community and how they become millionaires, I wanted to try to duplicate that on from where I was and with my resources. Of course, I wasn't Oprah or Berkeley, but I kind of did, followed their formula for success.
And I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm not Oprah yet. However, sometimes what people don't understand, the difference between, I always tell people, a dream and reality is discipline. You do have to discipline yourself. People tell me, how do you accomplish so many things?
Right.
I always say, first and foremost, God.
Exactly.
Okay, because he gives me the strength, the energy, the talent, but it's discipline also. If I'm going to write, if I'm going to do TV and radio and teach and do all the different things that I do, you have to discipline yourself and you have to believe in what it is that you want to do. Right. So I applaud you on being disciplined enough to be able to write your dreams down and then go after them. Because so many men, again, have these dreams, but it's just a dream.
Yeah, and then I think people fall into victim of not being self-motivated, and then they have so many naysayers that they listen to. Just because somebody else hasn't done something doesn't mean that you can't do it.
And just because they have doesn't mean you can't put your spin on it.
That's right.
Just other people may have other things going on, but why not do it for you? Do it the way God has blessed you to do it or equipped you to do it.
See, I had a vision of making Tammy my Diana Ross. For years, I called on the phone. I said, Diana Ross? She said, I'm not Diana Ross. Because in my mind, I'm Berry Gordy, and she's my Diana Ross. She's the person that took Berry Gordy to Hollywood, so I feel that Tammy. And so far, it seems like it's moving in that direction.
And one of the things I want to applaud you is being able to recognize talent. And that's what we have to do. One of the things that, I really try to hold true to myself is to recognize talent in other people, and like yourself and all the people that I brought onto the show, and put it out there. It's nothing wrong. We don't need to hold people down. We don't need to hold people back. It's important for us to lift people up because we're not the only ones with talent. There's a lot of people with talent, and we need to share that. And I think that's one of the things that I love about what you're doing is, again, start in the community, start with those people who may not see the gift in themselves, help them be lifted in their own gifts.
Yeah, I've got a lot, I've given a whole lot of people their start, especially like the male models that have had an opportunity to work in New York Fashion Week and be in international magazines. I had one gentleman who is Spike Lee's partner. He has a movie production company with Spike Lee. I gave him his first opportunity to be in one of my stage plays and told him that you got the gift, you need to go to New York. So next thing you know, he's
and you've been coaching models?
Yeah, I do. I teach modeling classes and I coach models. And I had a model that I gave one workshop and she got an international contract with Elite Model Agency in New York. Her name is Nicole Tennant. She's one of the biggest fashion models today. But my very first model that I signed to my agency came from Suffolk, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
she was 14.
Okay. All right, nothing wrong with it. We got to talk about these things because somebody's going to watch this show. Some young person's going to say, I want to do that. How do I do it? And one of the things I learned about this business is nobody tells you what to do. Nobody helps you, really. Like nobody tells you this is how you get here. They say, oh, it happened and now I'm great. Well, you didn't get great overnight, and no one wants to tell the details and share the story. So I applaud you for doing that. Now, you also have some new projects, too. You have a fragrance that's called ASAP.
Correct.
And ASAP stands for?
Always say a prayer.
Always say a prayer. I like that.
Thank you.
Like
and
that, okay?
I'm wearing it today, so if you smell something that smells heavenly, that would be me.
You hear that? Smells heavenly. ASAP, always say a prayer. You also, you're working on your 4th annual Black Men Rock Image Awards, which I love the name of that, which is taking place in June of 2016.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's the story behind that?
Well, the Black Men Rock Image Awards, I guess so sick of seeing black men hauled off in police cars on television. That image is negative, and it does not represent all black men. We have some great, intelligent, sophisticated, hardworking black men out there that don't get the television time that you see on the television every day. So changing the image of the black men was important to me. And then again, I wanted to make sure that we, in the fundraising, inspire up-and-coming young black men to reach their dreams. So we could donate all the profits. The last 3 years we've been donated to the NAACP to make sure that we include them into into the process because I've been a member of the Suffolk chapter for 8 years.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
that's important to make sure
So
that
there's a scholarship that comes out of this to a deserving young person.
go try to get into the trenches of the people with dreams with no resources. So if they are in the low-income neighborhoods or the projects, we go there first. Don't just because they feel that their destination is limited because of their surroundings or their parents' education.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that they have to follow their example. You know, we have.
It's important that young people know that you are not your situation, you know, and that people know that you're not your circumstance, no matter how old you are, that you can still do all things through Christ. Now, you also just found this Jacoby Music publishing and released a single, It Isn't Easy, sung by Miss Tammy Boone Little. So tell us a little bit about this song and the inspiration behind the single.
Well, believe it or not, I wrote this song for Tammy over 20 years ago.
Okay.
But it took
You guys
me
go way back.
to elementary school, and I heard Tammy sing at a high school talent show, and she got a standing ovation. When her voice hit the stage, everybody just was in awe. I mean, and she's worked with me on a lot of prayer breakfasts I host, and every time I introduce, you know, as this big star, then she gets so shy because but she doesn't like she kind of shuns all of that. But you know, she has a unique gift, and that song. One thing about gospel music, it's timeless. You don't have to. It's not like it has to be current with what's going on. You send it to the labels like, but this is not happening now. If you have a good gospel song with a message that people can attest to, and the best thing that has happened with this song is Phil Nelson. You know, from he created the Quiet Storm on 103 Jams, and now he's a big DJ in DC. He heard the song, he bought it first of all, and then he gave us a great forward on Facebook. He, you know, put it on his Facebook page, asked me, he said, Jacoby, who you want me to hashtag do this to? Of course, I said the media, TV, you know, the newspapers,
the PR
and all of your friends in the music business. And he sent it back with the forward and a tape. I mean, I couldn't even sleep that night. It was it was mind-blowing.
I love it.
And he named Tammy the inspirational store.
Oh, because she is a little bit like a quiet storm.
Yeah.
I listened to the song, and I also supported when I met Jacoby. He was telling me, I was like, you know, here, I want to buy the CD, you know, and I've listened to it several times, and it's a very beautiful song, you know, and it speaks to our lives. It isn't easy, Lord. It isn't easy. And so we'll be right back with Miss Tammy Boone Little singing It Isn't Easy, Lord. Today, she will speak into your life. Thank Mr. Jacoby DeBouvier for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
It isn't easy, Lord, trying to be saved. It's never easy, Lord, trying to live your way. But I'm trying hard, and I'm striving harder each day. Each day, Lord, give me a clean heart so I can be used. Let me be an example to those who are confused. People are talking and picking every day. They're saying hateful things like I'm not saved, but I'm trying hard, and I'm striving harder each day. Each day,
It's now time for our community resources. Wow, was she not amazing?
Yes. Amen.
Gosh, that was
Glory.
awesome. Amen.
Yes.
It isn't easy, Lord. Tell us where we can find this great music. Where can people get a copy of this?
The single, It Isn't Easy, Lord, is available on Amazon.com, Google Play, iTunes, and anywhere fine music is sold online. Also, if you would like an autographed copy, you can always go to my Facebook page, Jacoby Bouvier, or Jacoby Publishing, and Tammy will be happy to sign you a copy and send it to you through the mail. Okay.
I think you guys have a great collaboration. You're a great team. You wrote the song. You sing the song. Your vocals are so beautiful. Thank you so much. I've listened to the song previously before, and it's just a beautiful song. And it's very inspirational, and that's why I wanted her to speak into your life. And so now also you shared with me there's a movie, too, that you want to talk about. It's an independent film called No Weapon Shall Prosper.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about the movie, because I watched the trailer, and it was awesome, but I'll let you talk a little bit about it.
Okay. No Weapon Shall Prosper is an independent film by the Lamel Group, which I'm a part of. The founder is Michael Lamel. As a matter of fact, I put him in his first film. I was the casting director and the co-star of a movie called Nothing to Lose, and Michael was the co-star. He was so in love with the movie business that he started his own movie production company called the Lamel Group. And the great thing about this film is one of the few films that's been distributed by Merrimack, which made it available in Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and of course on Netflix and Amazon.com. So it's available. It's about domestic abuse and domestic violence, and that's the theme of the actual movie.
Yes, and for those of you watching, you know that we just had an episode on domestic violence, and I didn't want to do it the traditional way because I did a segment last year on all the statistics: 1 in 3 women, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 3 men are abused each year. All the psychological, sexual, physical abuse, all the symptoms, the control, all of those things, and I know we hear those things all the time. So I wanted to put out sort of these things in a different way, and so I thought it was so interesting that you didn't know that I had done that show last week. However, that this movie, No Weapon Shall Prosper, when I was watching the trailer, I thought the acting was really good, you know, and also I think the lady who is the lead also is a director or something like that, and the writer, and so I thought that was awesome. So if you get a chance, go and find this movie, No Weapon Shall Prosper, and support the film because it is awesome. And I love that, you know, sometimes people need to just not hear from us, but they need to see it. And when you can see something happening, that's a blessing. That can be healing in itself, someone else going through it, and also how they're able to come through it, because it's not easy, Lord.
And you know, that movie got me in trouble with the director because she recorded the song first. Okay. And then I gave it to Tammy because I originally wrote it for Tammy, but I couldn't get her in the studio. So I gave it to her. She's my good friend. But the Lord, I moved with the Lord. The Lord said, no, you wrote that song for Tammy. You let her record it. So, but she's okay with it because we want success for you.
Exactly. And it all works out, right? Because we all, you know, need each other, and it's good collaboration, you know, and what's meant to be, and I think Tammy's voice was meant to be.
Tammy was meant for that song.
On that
you
song.
know, you gotta follow the divine inspiration.
Yes.
When God directs you and He gives you something and tells you what to do with it, you gotta follow His, you know, His example. Whatever He tells you to do.
That's right. That's right.
And my song is on. I have an original song on that soundtrack, No Weapon Shall Prosper, as well.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so definitely make sure you check that out. Any other information you want to share while you're here, as far as where people can reach you or Tammy, or where they can get in touch with you or find the music or the DVD?
Well, the music, like I said, is available on Amazon.com, Google Play, iTunes. It's published in over 60 countries. So anywhere you go online that you would shop for music, or you know, you can find it there. Or my webpage is Jacoby Publishing. On Facebook, it's Jacoby Publishing. So you can find us there.
So I want to thank them so much for being here. I'm so appreciative. Give them a hand.
Thank you.
And just remember, this is a new year and it's time for a new you. I want you to make some changes from the inside out. I want to give you this message as I close. You are loved, you are special, you deserve peace, and may God bless you and continue to protect your mind, your body, and your spirit. We'll see you next time.